how do I choose a finance transformation strategy? Look, in today's market, if your finance team isn't already a strategic powerhouse, you're falling behind. So today, we're going to break down the playbook for moving your team beyond just keeping score to actually driving growth. And let me be clear, this isn't about just buying new software. It's about a fundamental strategic shift in how your finance function operates. Let's get into it. So every CFO has to ask themselves this question right now. Is my team a scorekeeper, or are they a strategic partner? Because in this economy, the business doesn't need a historian who just documents what happened last quarter. No way. It needs a co-pilot who can use data to see what's coming around the corner and help steer the entire company. And the payoff for getting this right? It's huge. We're talking a 20 to 40% improvement in efficiency. Think about what that really means for you as a CFO. That's faster close cycles, way less manual number crunching for your team, and real cost savings that you can pour right back into growing the business. This isn't just some small operational tweak. This is a massive competitive advantage. Okay, so here's our 5-step game plan. First, we'll talk about the new strategic mandate. Then, we'll diagnose your current state. After that, we'll identify the key value levers, design a phased roadmap, and finally, we'll cover how to define and track success. Let's go. All right, first up, the new strategic mandate. This is all about that shift we were just talking about, moving finance out of the back office and into the driver's seat. It's no longer a cost center. It's a value creation engine. So why is this so critical? Well, because every single one of these points directly impacts the bottom line. Sure, it improves efficiency, but the real magic is in fueling better, faster decisions across the entire organization with real-time data. You get lower costs, stronger compliance, and a business that's agile enough to scale or pivot on a dime. Next up, let's diagnose your current state. And here's probably the biggest mistake I see companies make. They start with a flashy new tech tool instead of their actual business goals. You have to remember, technology is just the enabler. It's not the objective. Now, take a look at this. Does that left column feel a little too familiar? The endless manual spreadsheets, data locked away in different silos, those painfully long close cycles. Yeah, the goal is what you see on the right. Integrated data, real-time insights, and truly data-driven decisions. Your transformation strategy is the bridge that's going to get you from here to there. So how do we build that bridge? That brings us to our third section. Identifying your value levers. You can think about the entire transformation as being built on 4 key pillars. This is where you'll unlock all that value. First up is process transformation. Now, this isn't about the fancy tech. Not yet. This is about taking a hard look at your core workflows, like record to report or procure to pay, and standardizing them. Just streamlining these processes can give you some amazing quick wins and boost efficiency without a huge upfront investment. The second pillar, of course, is technology. This is what everyone usually thinks of first. And yes, modern platforms like SAP S/4HANA or Oracle Cloud ERP are incredibly powerful. But again, the goal isn't just to install a new system. It's to use that system to get real-time reporting and automate those workflows we just talked about. Pillar number 3 is where things get really exciting: automation and AI. This is where you can literally reclaim a massive chunk of your team's time. We're talking about a 30 to 50% reduction in manual work. Imagine that. It frees up your smartest people from tedious, repetitive tasks so they can focus on high-value strategic analysis. And our fourth pillar, data and analytics. Honestly, this is the whole point. This is what turns finance from a historian into a prophet. It's about moving beyond what happened last quarter to predicting what could happen next. Things like predictive forecasting and scenario planning. This is what makes finance a true driver of business decisions. Now, let's be real. Juggling all 4 of these pillars, process, tech, automation, and data, is a monumental task. It's complex, and that's why many CFOs bring in specialists to help orchestrate it all. As you can see, some of the leading providers in this space are firms like WNS, Deloitte, and EY. They live and breathe this stuff. So you know your value levers. Now what? You can't boil the ocean and do it all at once. That's where Section 4 comes in, designing a phased roadmap. The whole key here is to prioritize for the biggest impact first, which also helps de-risk the entire project. And this matrix right here, this is your secret weapon for prioritizing. It's a simple value versus complexity grid. You want to live in that top left box, high value, low complexity. These are your quick wins, like automating a few key manual processes. They give you immediate results and build the momentum you need for the bigger, tougher initiatives down the road. So here's what that can look like on a calendar. Phase 1, the first 90 days, is all about grabbing those quick wins. Get some standardization done, roll out some automation pilots. Then you move into Phase 2, the core stuff, like optimizing your ERP. And finally, in Phase 3, you're tackling the big strategic goals like AI-driven forecasting. And our final section is maybe the most critical one for any CFO. You absolutely have to define and track success. Because we all know the old saying, what gets measured gets managed. A transformation without clear metrics isn't a strategy, it's just a project with no end date. You need a dashboard with hard numbers. We're talking KPIs like your cost per transaction, your close cycle time in days, and your forecast accuracy percentage. These are the numbers that prove the ROI. This is how you walk into the boardroom and show everyone exactly how much value your transformation is delivering. Okay, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a quick list of what not to do. These are the common pitfalls. Don't start with technology before you have a strategy. Don't ignore change management. Your people have to come with you on this journey. And you absolutely must have executive sponsorship, clean data, and a realistic pace. Avoiding these mistakes is half the battle. So, what's the bottom line here? The reality for every modern finance leader is pretty clear. The question is no longer if you should transform. The real question is how quickly and how effectively you can choose the right strategy to turn your finance team into a true engine for business